Okay, well, apparently, I'm not even on my screen. My screen is showing me that the words and everything on this roll are actually backwards. Uh, that's on my screen. Interestingly enough, when I watched my own videos just a moment ago, I discovered that to everybody else, the video shows all of this stuff as being correct. So I guess maybe I fixed my own problem. Thank goodness. So anyway, with that being said, I have a really cool roll, and this is one that I am debating on whether or not to open, only because it is a Batdorf wrapped roll, and I'm not really keen on opening Batdorf wrapped rolls. However, it is a 1953 roll. In 1953 is a year that is well known for being absolutely horrible coins. Actually, 1952, 1953, 54, and 55, Philadelphia Mint coins are known for being soft struck. They're known for being very brassy in color, very light, almost pale pink in color. So finding anything with a decent color tone to it, example would be something along this lines that has a really nice, almost rosy red color to it, which is a 1956D, which also can tend to be kind of pinkish in color, is not something that you run across in those years for the Philadelphia Mint. The other interesting thing about 1953 is the fact that they're usually very poorly struck. And I'm not quite sure why that is. And they also tend to have a lot of what's called webbing on them. I'll show you what webbing is on a 54P if I can find one. I've got a 54 roll right here. And webbing is something, I gotta find one actually, that most people, when they see it, will recognize what it is. Yeah, of course, when you want to find one, you can't necessarily find one. Anyway, the 54P roll that I have here, I thought I'd be able to just pull one up relatively easily. It's a... All I can figure is that the coins are given a bath, basically, before they're sent out into the general population. And those coins tend to have some of that residue left over on them, and when they have that residue left over on them, they wind up looking all kind of wonky and warbled from the standpoint of the color. Of course, when I want to find one, I can't. It's just about figures, so I apologize for that. Anyway, when I do find one, I'll let somebody know, and we'll show it in. I'm going to get to opening this roll because I'm excited to see whether or not these coins have A, any color to them, and B, whether or not they're actually decently struck. So I'm going to go ahead and open this roll against my own better judgment. I've never ever seen a 1953P Batdorf wrapped roll. This is the only one I have ever run across. So to me, this is actually a very rare roll, and I'm just ripping right into it. Why not? What the heck? So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Batdorf wrapped rolls are known for not having a lot of paper around them. They're known for being very, very snug and very tight. They're known for holding their coins very well. You've all heard me explain what a Batdorf wrapped roll is. So for anybody who's new to this, by all means, go back and watch some of my old ones. So here we go. Coins all look like they should on the outside, and I'm really hoping they are absolutely rosy colored. Yeah, look at that. So I know it's kind of hard to see with my lighting the way that it is. I'll see if I can figure out a way to hold these up. But they have a nice rosy red color. They're very soft struck, which is very normal. Hopefully there'll be a couple of stronger struck ones here. But these have an amazing color to them. They almost have a ring around them to a certain degree, what we call a halo. From being in a wrapper. There's a really nice coin. It's actually decently struck. See if I can back it out so you guys can get a chance to see that. You can see how it's very well struck. You can see all of his coat detail. You can see the front of his breast detail. He doesn't have a lot of beard hair, but that's normal. But there's an incredible amount of hair behind his ear. on this. So that is a very well struck 1953 P coin. And I'm extremely happy with that. And then when I flip it over, oh wow, yeah. So when I flip it over, you can tell that this is actually a very well struck 53p coin on the backside. So I am extremely happy because this is a very, very difficult coin to find. While this one probably will only still grade out at about a 66, maybe a 66 plus at the most, with a couple of small little specks and spots on it. If you go to the PCGS website and take a look at prices for 66 and 66 plus in these, you'll be shocked when you find out that it is not easy to find these coins in this type of a grade. So hopefully the rest of this roll will pan out. I'll keep going on a couple of these others and just pull a couple of these others out of here. I mentioned in my last thing that my last video that I've never seen more than 5 for the most part coins that have been faced the same way in a roll. So let's count and just see what we find here. So this one was faced out, obverse out. This one is obverse in, so that stands to our rule. This one is obverse out. This is obverse in. This one is obverse out. This one is obverse out. That's 2 in a row. That one is obverse out. That's 3 in a row. And then we get back to obverse in. So as you can tell, what I'm talking about here from the standpoint of these coins not being all faced one direction is a definite tip-off when it comes to that. There's a little bit of webbing on some of these. Here you go. You get a chance to see kind of a little bit of what I'm talking about. You'll notice I don't use gloves on this stuff, and I apologize for that, but I do my best at handling coins. Having a hard time getting it to focus, but you can see a little bit of that webbing that you see on there, and it almost looks like a liquid spill on the coin to a certain degree. Let's see if I can get that to focus right up close. Maybe, maybe not. So it looks like a spill or a stain on it, and that's what's called webbing. And there's even more of it on the front side of this coin. That webbing is something to do with some sort of a bath that they received, because these coins obviously haven't been in circulation, so it's not like it's a major fingerprint or anything like that. I'll finish going through the rest of this roll. It's about 8 minutes into the video at the moment, and I appreciate you guys and your interest in all of this. I'm extremely excited because I think this roll is going to produce several 66, 66 plus, and maybe if I'm even lucky, a 67 out of it. And that would be incredible, because a 67 coin in a 1953 is probably a several $1,000 coin. Thank you much. Have a good evening.